And what would be the most common reason someone comes to you as a life coach? What do they come in and say, here's what I need help with my career, or is it something different?
Most people come to me because they're unhappy about some aspect of their life, and everybody has their own aspects as to what's making them unhappy. Some can be relationship problems, some can be career problems, but basically what it all comes down to is people aren't happy. And everybody always looks for all of these answers outside of themselves, and they don't really look within themselves, and that's where the real answers are. And a life coach really helps you look within yourself and find the answers that you've been looking for all along.
Can you give me an example of that? What do you mean by looking within yourself?
Listening to that quiet voice within yourself, like for myself, when I was going through the divorce, I was arguing within my head saying, no, you can't get a divorce because that means that you failed at this. And there was another part of me saying, this is what you need to do if you need to become who you want to be. So it was an argument within myself, and having to listen to what one felt most natural. You know, you've got your ego self and you've got your subconscious. So that's basically your ego self, and your spiritual self is what that's reflective of. Your spiritual self is always going to want you to do stuff for your own personal best interest, where your ego self, they want to get ahead, they want to achieve, they want, it's all has to be complete perfection.
Interesting. Now that you're speaking about that, I'm just going to throw in, because I love this section of your book, Power Surge, and I want to read this little section. Do you mind?
No, that's fine.
I think it's great. Listen to what your inner voice is telling you. If it seems that something isn't right, chances are it's not. If it seems that you want something more, chances are you do. It's never too late to create the life you want. If you've suddenly woken up and realized that your life isn't anything like you had once wanted it to be, you can change it. All too often we get caught up in believing that we are stuck with the way our lives are, or the way that we are. This is your chance to see the real you and let your own light shine through. This is your time to delve deep into the heart and see what your heart really desires. You are the only one who can make yourself happy. You are the only one who can create the life that you want. Let your light shine. I just love that. I think that is just brilliant. So, and that's basically, you got to that point in your life where you let your life shine.
Yeah.
That's just gorgeous. And on top of being a life coach, you're also a hypnotist. How did that come about?
After I took the life coaching course, the one that I was given anyways, teaches us how to put people into a relaxed state, and then we reflect back to them what it is that they want to achieve out of the life coaching. So if they wanted a career change or a relationship change, we would ask, what does that relationship look like? What does it feel like? What do you hear? What do you see? And then we would put them into a state of relaxation and reflect that on them, so it's getting imposed into their subconscious mind. And after taking that, I was like, that kind of sounds like hypnosis. So I looked it up online, and I had signed up for a hypnosis course, and they're basically one and the same. It's all about reprogramming the subconscious mind. So.
Awesome. I want to move back now to you saying that people come because they're unhappy. Now, just for the short while that I've been chatting to you, I think that you've probably observed the world more than the average person. When you look out at the world today, just what do you see? How do you see people being?
I see more and more people trying to find their happiness. There's a lot of sad people. There really is. And it's sad to watch. It's heartbreaking to see people the way they are. However, there's also a change happening at the same time. More and more people are becoming enlightened. The fact that you're doing this TV show, that's one step into the enlightenment. There's more and more people who are looking for answers, who are looking to motivate each other, to bring humankind into one instead of being so separate, because that's really what makes everyone so unhappy, is that separateness. We all think we're completely alone in the world, and we're separate, and we're not connected, and we all are.
So your belief is that we're all one?
Yes.
And slowly we're all waking up to that fact, and
yes.
We're all going to slowly start lifting each other up instead of pushing each other down.
Yeah.
And do you experience that in your life more and more?
Yes. Yeah. The more I focus on it, the more I experience it. When I started off 2010, I always make a personal revolution or resolution, but I call it my evolution.
That's good.
So this year it was about connecting with other like-minded people, and that was for in my business, that was for in my life. And the more I focus on that, the more people are being brought into my awareness, into my life. You, for example, is just one small example of that, and it's been completely huge. I've been able to connect with people in Florida and in India and Australia, like all over the globe, who are all
Awesome.
on the same wavelengths. It's
Awesome.
great.
Because I feel that shift definitely too, and it's just a complete joy to feel the unity happening.
Yeah.
And so when you see the media or when you hear maybe other people speaking about the shift in 2012, do you think the world's coming to an end?
No. The Mayans, it's my personal belief, I'm not a master at this, but the Mayans, in the work that I've read, they said that the world is going to end as we know it. So our world right now is a very selfish world, to put it mildly. We're all out to get it for ourselves. We want the money, we want the power, we want success, and we don't care about, there's hundreds of people dying in Africa each day from hunger. There's the people in Haiti who are dying still, even after the catastrophe. And we all seem to put up these blockers saying, I don't need to help that person, and I don't need to help that person, I need to look out for myself. And as we get closer to 2012, I think people are coming more and more together, and we're not being so separate from each other, and we're seeing that you're just the same as me, you're just in another body, and the people outside today, they're just the same, and we're all looking for the same thing, for that oneness, for that love, for that togetherness, and it doesn't need to be a competition. We can all work together. If you think about how much, like if you go out for takeout, and how much you spend on takeout, and then you think, if I had eaten at home today and spent the rest of that money and sent it over to Africa, I could have fed 20 people. It's sad that we don't do that, and it's sad that we don't look at it that way.
So you're thinking we're moving more to where we will
where
be
we will
looking after
feed
each other.
everybody. It won't just be the people in our immediate family. We'll feed everybody. And who knows, maybe we'll have a big catastrophe of some sort. I mean, we have already seen that with the earthquake in Haiti. That was a huge disaster. And look at how many people, the whole world, joined together to help Haiti, to bring them their water, their food.
So won't it be great the day when we don't need disaster to unite, when we can just
Exactly.
unite from a place of love?
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. I want to know what you think about, I reflect on this comment a lot, and I want to know what your thoughts are about it. A leopard can't change his spots. What do you think about that sort of, that phrase?
I think anybody can change. It's the same as the quote, aerodynamically the bumblebee can't fly, but it doesn't know that, so it goes on flying anyways. And what's funny about that, I actually looked it up, and the scientists who said that were wrong. Aerodynamically, a bumblebee can fly. The scientists back then just didn't know aerodynamics as much as what they thought they did.
Right.
And so they were wrong. So for us to say that a leopard can't change its spots, that a bumblebee can't fly, that human beings can't just live in love, it's all a fallacy. Anybody can do anything. And if we get our focus on completely believing and completely loving, we can do anything.
Absolutely. And is there a formula, do you think, for change? If you believe anyone can change, is there a formula, or is it simply just, like you hear a lot these days about affirmations, things like that. Is it simply just, I want to weigh 115 pounds, I want to weigh 115 pounds? Or is there actually a formula to create any change that you want in your life?